I think so. Yeah, he took his place. Yeah. I don't know if you get the license. Is that the guy? Yeah. Is that Oh, good. Block it. Everybody's blocking. Oh my God.
What's going on, YouTube? I want to welcome y'all to another episode of Behind These Eyes. I'm your host, everybody's favorite white boy, and if I ain't your motherfucking favorite, then who is? Today I want to bring y'all an episode about two crazy ass brothers that y'all can just see from the video or the footage I just uploaded before this. These kids I grew up with all my life. These were my best friends' older brothers, and at one point in time, they were brothers of my own. These were my OGs. These are brothers to me also, you know what I'm saying? But these two motherfuckers were crazy. They've been like this all their fucking lives. Two crazy motherfuckers. Now, the brother on the mugshot on the left, his name was Joe. Nobody never called him Joe. For some reason, he went by the name Sean. I never actually got the explanation of why they called him Sean, but he went by the name of Sean. Brother on the right, Chris, he went by the name Capone. They called him Capone in the hood. The one that was all banged up with the black eye and shit. Now, he was the one I was more close to than Sean, because growing up as a kid, Sean did 6-7 years in Lucasville when I was real young. He got out around when I was like 13, but from the age of 6 to about 13, Chris has always been around. Capone did small time here and there from the age of 6 to 13. He did 6 months in the county, a year down the road, you know, small shit like that. Ended up doing 4 years when I turned 18, 19 years old. I think he ended up doing another 3. And I think that was his last bid before all this happened. You can see from the video, the brother who hopped in the car and took off, that was Chris. The other brother who was getting duffed out by the employees and actually taking the plates off the cars, that was Sean. Now, there was a big difference between Sean and Capone, or Chris. Chris actually, he had work on him, and Chris knew how to defend himself. He knew how to take care of himself. And on the other hand, Sean was sort of like he was a weakling, man. He really wasn't about shit. He was like a little druggy, and he really wasn't about shit. That's exactly why he was getting duffed out by those people in the parking lot. And if you could see, they were throwing his ass all around the fucking parking lot. Now, I'm not sitting here trying to clown Sean like he's soft or anything like that, but he really wasn't the toughest dude. He wasn't nowhere near on the same level as Chris. I mean, Chris could have been out there and he could have put like 2 motherfuckers down. So that's the difference between these two brothers. Sean was way more quiet, kind of nerdy. Was a little pretty boy at one time, but he was creepy. Capone was he was about that shit. He was out here. He was about that shit. I mean, he was known around here, man. If you look at their prior convictions throughout their whole life, it's in the same field and area as this case that they caught. They had a thing for fucking stealing cars and shit, Actually, Capone is the one that taught me how to steal a fucking car, which follows up to the first ever felony case that I caught, which was receiving a stolen vehicle property charge, where I didn't actually get caught for stealing the car because I ended up switching seats and was in the passenger seat in the brink of us getting pulled over. But going back to that, Capone is actually the one that taught me how to steal a car, and this was their thing. They were wizards. These two brothers were wizards when it came to stealing cars. For some reason, they had an addiction to stealing cars. There was a time when Chris was getting his house paid for him by this rich Godfather dude, and we used to go over there all the time and kick it and party, and on the weekends or whatever, almost every fucking day now that I think about it. And there used to be some shit that would go down in that house, involved with Capone mostly. One time their boy was coming over, he was driving over, he was all fucked up, drunk, crashed outside the front house, and literally was knocked out cold. His head was slumped over onto the car horn, and it was going beep. I'm talking about he was just slumped onto the car horn. Chris and all them ran outside, tried to wake him up and didn't wake up, so they picked him up, pulled him out the car, took him upstairs, and they threw this motherfucker in the closet and just left him in the closet, dude. He was in the closet for like 24 hours. Motherfuckers didn't know if he was dead or alive or what. I mean, like the next day, the dude woke up out the closet all fucked up. I was like, oh, what happened? And I'm sitting there like, man, that motherfucker could have been dead. Y'all just throwing him in the closet and shit. I'm talking about, like, there was a lot of crazy shit that happened at this place. There's a video I'm going to be making in the future about a home invasion I was a part of. And that actually took place at Chris's house. A lot of stories that actually on this channel of mine are going to be based on shit that happened at the house. Like, that shit, it was like a trap house type, just open dorm, a free motel fucking little thing, basically. And they were so wild in this bitch that the fucking landlord wouldn't even come over there and do nothing. He wouldn't come over there and say nothing to nobody. So they were living rent free for like a couple months too. That's how fucking crazy it was. I'm talking about motherfuckers was in that bitch with guns, all types of drugs, all types of fucking prostitutes were in there. And me and Marty are there kicking it, and we're like 18, 17 years old and shit, kicking at this house every fucking day. This is exactly why we grew up at one point in time to be such fuck-ups, because the type of environment that we were just around. We thought it was cool to be around this kind of shit. A funny story about Chris, though. Let's get on some funny side shit of it. One time I had ran to my grandma's house down the street, and she gave me a thing of cookies. I don't know why, but she gave me like some cookie doughs, like a sheet of cookie dough to bake and shit. So I go back to Chris's house. We're all smoking and shit. We're all high, and I'm like, look, man, I got, let me bake these cookies. You know what I'm saying? So I go in the kitchen. They had a janky ass stove in the kitchen. There was a gas stove, and I'm sitting there trying to ignite it and shit, trying to ignite the oven, get the oven going, but the pilot light isn't kicking on. This motherfucker Chris is so retarded that he comes up to the fucking stove, opens up the fucking oven door, and just literally, with the gas on and everything, I don't know if he thought I turned the gas off for him to light the pilot, but either way, like, this isn't how you light a pilot. He opens up the fucking oven door and just, like, puts a lighter up in the air to the top of the fucking oven, lights it, and this thing goes boom! I'm talking about it blows the fuck up and he flies back and when he gets up and looks, like his eyelashes are gone, his eyebrows are gone. Hey, this was the funniest shit I ever seen in my life. Blew his whole fucking face up. He cinched every facial hair on his face. His beard was gone, his eyelashes was gone, his nose hairs was gone. His eyebrows was gone. I mean, this was... I really wish Marty was alive to tell y'all, to be next to me to tell y'all how fucking funny this shit was. I mean, like, I thought he was gonna kill me, dude. I'm sitting there back there, I'm like, dude, why would you do that shit? I'm trying to put it on him, like, he, like make him feel guilty for what the fuck he did. And I was so shook, man. I got the fuck up out the house. I was like, oh shit. But actually, he was such an older big bro to me. And he had so much respect for me for being a youngin', and you know, basically I was his little brother that he honestly didn't even get. I mean, like, he was mad about this shit, but he actually didn't do nothing to me about it. He didn't want to. He wouldn't want to do that to me. You know what I'm saying? But we laughed about that shit later on, but we were only able to laugh at it back when his hair started to grow back. That shit was funny as fuck, y'all, on everything, man. Woo! That motherfucker went boom! The look on his face, though, when you had to have been there. But to drive into the direction of where I'm going with this is an introduction video to two more characters that I have at least 2 or 3 crazy stories with apiece to bring to y'all on this channel. I just wanted to give a brief introduction to how their background, what they're looking at. They're both doing 14 years right now. They're not going to get out anytime soon. Sean's 41, 42 years old. Chris is 40. They're only about 2 years apart. They're not getting out. They're not going to get out. So we have no filter with them. We're not going to hold back. And I'm going to tell y'all some interesting things that happen with these two motherfuckers. So be on the lookout, y'all. And we gonna be rocking, man. We got some. I'm talking about these two characters that I'm introducing have so much weird, fucked up shit behind them. I gotta tell y'all about it. So, episode of Behind These Eyes is coming to an end with your boy, everybody's favorite white boy. I fuck with y'all. I love y'all. And if y'all are interested in seeing more stories about Capone and Sean, hit me up in the comments. Let me know. Make sure you like and subscribe to this video. Keep fucking with me. And take care, y'all.